And we are alive and kicking. Larry Johnson, how are you doing, my good friend?
I am well. Good to be
Great,
with you.
great. Always great to have this conversation with you, man. I have shaved, I have showered, I have put a decent t-shirt. I'm about to go serious today, all right? Come on, don't destroy
You
this.
still got the beard. You haven't shaved. Shaving means when you shave the beard off.
All right, so I cut the
You
imperfections.
trimmed. You trimmed.
I trimmed.
You
That's the
groomed.
proper.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so Larry, yesterday we had a very important call. Trump and Putin. And my question is, does Trump has any freaking idea of what's going on the planet?
Short answer, no.
Okay.
I think um, the phone call didn't change the situation at all, other than giving Trump a potential escape valve. Except, the problem Trump now has is the domestic. 80 members of Congress have signed on to a bill to Lindsey Graham's bill for bone-crushing sanctions on Russia. And they want to up the funding. Now, what a lot of people don't understand is several members of Congress, and Lindsey Graham in particular, have taken money from the Ukrainians. I was told that Lindsey's received $17 million. Okay? So these guys are not they're not fighting out of some ideological conviction, man. It's a profit-making center for them. It's despicable. So Russia has laid its positions out very clearly. It hasn't changed since June 14, 2024. And Putin keeps talking about root causes, and I think he needs to probably tell Trump, let me explain what root causes mean, and talk about the continued expansion of NATO, the military aggression of the West towards Russia, and said, basically, NATO, you got to back the hell off. Right now the situation up in the Baltic Sea is heating up. There have been repeated attempts to interfere with Russian shipping, and so yesterday, a ship coming out of an Estonian port was sailing in Russian waters, and Russia captured it, took it over. Said, not in our waters. You're not going to do this anymore. The Russian ships were in international waters when they were attacked, and Russia just said, "Niet, this is going to stop." You're muted. You're muted.
Yeah, I thought I have fixed the shortcut, but all right. They sent a couple of one fighter jet actually,
One Su-35.
to escort
But what
and
it
just
did,
to
what it did is it flew through Estonian airspace, turned off its transponder, and it was basically to Estonia, hey, fuck you. Go ahead. What are you gonna do about it? You gonna shoot at us? I mean, Estonia's army is like 3,000 guys. Oh yeah, we're gonna fight Russia. Oh please. These
and
people
probably flash mobbing on the street.
yeah,
I saw some videos.
they're insane. They're just delusional.
Yeah, just today I saw. Since you mentioned Estonia, I was not even. It's nothing subject. But just today, stunning and brave Kaya Kallas just came out. Yeah, we came out with that 17th
17, yeah.
sanction package, and I read the package, and actually it sanctions 200, shadow fleet ships from Russia. That's heating up.
Russia doesn't care. One, they're not insured. They're not worried about buying insurance from Western companies, particularly in Britain. They'll insure them in other ways. And until Kaya Kallas gets a navy, there's not a single NATO member, with maybe the exception of the United States, that has a navy of sufficient size to threaten Russia in any meaningful fashion. I mean, these are these are annoying little yappy dogs. All they do is make noise and crap on the floor.
What called my attention on this call with Putin, between Trump and Putin, was one what you just mentioned, which is the escape route. Save face, putting the Pope on the as a suggestion. You can Trump calling, you could get the Pope to mediate that, and that would be a good move for the United States. But
Yeah, Russia won't accept the Pope. The Pope has already aligned himself with Ukraine.
ah,
The Pope is compromised. In fact, he's
okay.
seen, I think, as a tool of the United States.
Actually, it was always very strange to me to be, North American Pope. United States is not a Catholic country
Right.
per se. That we used to learn on school,
Yeah.
the Presbyterian country. Uh, so that was already weird to me. Well, some people are analyzing, yeah, this Pope is a little bit more, centered. He's not too leftist, not too. It's just weird to me. It doesn't make sense to have a North American Pope. Perhaps even a Brazilian Pope, it's arguable, but North Americans, and yeah, I kind of agree with you. It's kind of no, I totally agree with you. It's
Yeah.
it's a compromised asset, let's call it. But what called my attention was the carrot. Trump talking a lot about trading and commerce. It's not. I don't think. Well, of course, Russia is probably interested in some economic deals, but not to that level.
Did uh did you ever see the movie The Pianist? It was
Oh, I
about
haven't.
okay. Well, it's about this Polish pianist of World War II, Jewish, how he survives the Germans, the Holocaust, the Warsaw Ghetto. And there's one scene where they're in a prison camp, and this German guard who, they make him to a complete stereotype, sort of a fat, slimy character. And he comes out and says, "Hey, Jews, you want to make good money, Jews? This is you. This is what you do, right?" That's Trump. You know, Trump is thinking that the Russians are a bunch of idiots. They Russia does not need to trade with the United States. Uh, Now, I can testify that there are a whole lot of US based junk food products in Russian grocery stores, in Russia, big box stores. Kit Kat bars, Snickers, Mars, Coca Cola, Pepsi
You
Cola.
just been there.
Yeah, yeah, no, I've seen it. God, if anything, if I was Russia, I'd ban that shit because it's going to cause diabetes and poor health. If it's actually a weapon. The United States is secretly attacking, doing it to the rest of the world too. Eat our crap. Don't eat real food. So um, Russia doesn't need anything from the United States. The United States, though, does need some things from Russia. Uranium, enriched uranium for the nuclear reactors, nitrogen for fertilizer. U.S. doesn't produce enough fertilizer for itself. It needs the fertilizer that comes out of Russia. So, you know, Trump Trump lives with this fantasy world, and I'm sure it's told to him by the intelligence community and others that, oh boy, Russia's economy is a mess. They are struggling. They're going to collapse any minute. You know, it's not true, but people over in the United States start believing that, and then they act on those false beliefs.
What's that called? A lie called told several times comes through.
Yeah, well, it starts off as a lie and becomes true by virtue of repetition.